Jason Stan with TechSideline.com here with the newest Virginia Tech commitment here on Father's Day, Mr. Shawn Asbury. Shawn, I'll let you have the floor, man. What was it about? What was it about Virginia Tech that you liked and decided to commit there?
Mostly, I like the staff. Those are good, honest guys. The recruits that they have, the players that they got, the Hokie fans, everything about it is great.
So we were talking about before we started the interview here that you had 24 interviews. You had 24 offers. What was it about, or I guess who did it come down to before you picked Virginia Tech?
Kansas, Pitt, and VTech.
Okay. And then I did want to ask, we were talking about too, about, hey, how today is Father's Day, obviously, but why else was today the day that you wanted to make your announcement?
Well, a huge reason is because it's my mom's birthday. So celebrating your mom and your dad on the same day, you can't really do better than that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to line both of them up like that. You get mom and dad giving big present on for two different occasions. So, with everything going on, obviously it's still in the dead period. I know there's a few guys that are able to go out and take some visits places, but before everything set in with the coronavirus and the dead period, obviously, were you able to take any visits anywhere, including to Virginia Tech?
I took a couple of visits. It wasn't to any schools that really offered me, but I took a couple of visits. I actually haven't got a chance to visit Tech. I plan on going sometime next week. And, I haven't. I just can't wait to get up there.
So when you go next week, what are some things you want to see? What do you want to do when you get down there?
First thing I'm going to go to is the stadium, of course. Look around there. We can't really come in contact with the coaches or anything like that. So, everything's really going to do. So I'm going to look around the stadium. Next, I'm going to go to the business center, walk around there, visit that. Those are really the two big things that I really want to see.
So you talked about the coaches, and obviously, they can't you can't be in in-person contact, I guess, when you're down there. But who are the coaches you've kind of been talking to from there throughout the process, and how big of a factor were they in your decision?
I talked to Coach Ham and Coach Smith a lot. Coach Smith is actually from near here. He's from King George. So, he knows a lot about where I'm from in the area. I talked to Coach Ham. Coach Ham actually coached my trainer, my DB trainer. So, both of those guys played a huge part in my commitment.
Okay. So, in talking to those guys, obviously Coach Ham being the D coordinator, how do they see you fitting in on that defense, and what kind of role do they see you having when you get down to Virginia Tech?
Well, they really like my ability to play all the positions, like corner, nickel, and safety. Mm-hmm. I'm going to end up turning into a corner or a nickel, and, I'm totally fine with that. So, they can see me. They see me playing. Well, I know I got recruited as a safety, but I'm definitely probably going to turn into a corner or a nickel.
Have you played all three positions in high school?
Yes, sir. I started off playing corner.
Okay. So even, obviously it sounds like it's kind of a wait and see how you fit in, how you do, where the need is. But do you feel like you can, are you better or do you feel more comfortable at any one of those three roles?
I actually feel like I'm comfortable in all of them. I started off playing corner, and then I ended up turning into a safety, and then I ended up playing a little bit of nickel. So I feel like, I've been playing a lot, all three of those positions for a while now, and I feel like I can really play all three of those positions on the next level.
So tell me about, for anybody, Shawn, that maybe hasn't seen you that much, tell me about what do you feel like are your strengths, and what do you feel like you still need to be doing, over the next, I guess less than a year now, but over the next, season at least before you get down to Virginia Tech?
Some of my strengths that I have, I feel like I'm a good tackler in space. I feel like I can play the ball very well. I feel like, I'm very smart. I feel like I can read a lot of things. But some stuff I need to work on is staying in my pedal a little longer, really trusting my keys. And, I don't have to fast play everything, slow play some stuff when I see it. I can just read it out, So that's some things that I've been working on over this quarantine.
Yeah.
And
we talked about the coaches and we talked about kind of how their role was in this. Um, I mean, I think we're up to a dozen commitments now for the Hokies in the 2021 class. Have you had a chance to talk to any of those guys? And I mean, if so, like what role did they have in your decision too?
I talked to Matthias a couple times. He's basically told me like, make the move. We're gonna do something special, and I truly believed in him. So, I feel like me staying home and him coming in on defense and me being on defense, I feel like we can really do something special.
Anybody you're working on to join you in the class?
There's a couple guys that I'm working on. A couple guys.
Okay. So any message to Virginia Tech fans?
Um, well, I got a message to the recruits. Jump on board now. We're gonna do something special. We really got something coming.
And I meant to bring this up earlier, but I know you were telling me that you grew up somewhat of a Virginia Tech fan. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You were at least familiar with one. I know one big player. So I guess tell me about that and what that means to you now to be joining or going to the same school he did.
It's actually kind of crazy. Me growing up, Mike Vick was like my favorite player. I even went to his camp. Like that was the first football jersey I ever owned. So me watching Mike Vick and now me attending the same college that he did, it's just crazy.
All right. Well, we'll see if he can. He follows in line, or you can follow in line with him. And you said you had one of his jerseys. He may have one of your jerseys in a few years. You never know. So, Mr. Shawn Asbury, the newest Virginia Tech Hokie. Check back with TechSideline.com for plenty more. Thanks, Shawn.
You're welcome.